quickly, understand from all of you to unlock leadership potential, right? Is it, ambition? Is it the drive? Is it the hard work? Or is it the connections? So, what are the key, elements to this whole jigsaw puzzle for, somebody to become a leader? So, I'll kind of simplify the question also for you. If somebody is starting out today as a fresher, how does he ensure in 10 to 12 years he is in a leadership position without having to go through the grind or being blindsided or anything like that? What are the key components that are required?
So I think understanding self is going to be very important, right? Understanding your own strengths, what is that capable of, and what is that you want to achieve, right? There are times that I've seen that people just enter into a race because others are running, right? But I think you have to figure out, is that your race? Is that the direction that you want to go into? I think that self actualization, self realization is very very important. The earlier that you're able to understand your capabilities, I think that's gonna help you in your career in terms of self motivating yourself, walking through your ambitions. So I think that's going to be very very important as an individual to understand what they are there. And then continuous learning, adaptability. I think one of the key skills that's going to be there important is adaptability. With so much of automation, so much of gen AI, so much of jobs getting displaced because of automation, right? I think adaptability is going to be the key, right? So as a leader, you have to ensure that you are adaptable. At the same time, you are able to make your people also adaptable and flexible, because you just cannot lead without people. So you have to ensure that your people are walking with you. You are also nurturing them. You are ensuring that they are also being ready, future ready. So I think it's a journey, that you as a leader have to walk and ensure that other people are also walking that path and getting that coaching or mentoring that is really required. I think these two things are very, very important as people who are yet to start a career, right? Being adaptable, continuous learning, and ensuring that they are understanding their own potential. Right, just being in the race doesn't help, because unless you're in the right thing, and that is what even I realized after a certain part of my career, saying that, am I doing what I really enjoy doing? Is this what I want to continuously do? That's when I said that, let me play to my strength, let me play to my potential, let me keep doing something that I enjoy, and that automatically brings out the best results, and I'm passionate about.
Quick question here. I keep saying, kids, that you should never listen to your parents. You should listen to somebody who's already living the life you want to live,
All right.
because your parents are very well intentioned but not always well informed. And a
Correct.
parent, is too emotionally involved to do anything for the kid except the kid be himself or herself.
Correct.
So I wanted to understand your point of view on that. So when you say pick up a mentor, right?
Correct.
So usually people look up to their parents first up, but
Correct.
then as they grow through the teenage and then get through to college, right?
Correct.
How do they find mentors at that kind of an early age?
See, they'll have to look at the kind of people, personality they would want to idolize, right? And people with whom they are able to relate to, right? So, example, if I have to pick up a mentor, I would look at someone whom I can trust, whom I can open up to, and I know that this person is going to give me the right direction or guidelines. Someone is going to help me out with my particular problem. So I think that's where that comfort is very very important. That relation and that trust building is very very important. So once that is happening, then you know that, okay, this is the right person that I need to follow. I'll get right inputs. So that's why the alignment is very very important. I just cannot pick up any mentor unless someone is having that expertise. And also, I was talking to someone where they said not just having one mentor, there could be multiple mentors in multiple areas. Someone probably in leadership aspect, someone probably in the domain expertise, or someone who's a technology leader. So depending on what kind of guidance that you're looking at, I think having those mentors, it's nothing bad, right? You can have multiple mentors, and that's how you'll able to really grow in your career, and you're able to talk to people, because one single person cannot have all answers, right? So probably they'll have certain answers that you can take from them, and then you go to next mentor if you want something else. If, for example, I want to learn about the different technologies which are there in recruitment or HR, right? I'll go and talk to someone who's actually doing that day in day out. If I want to probably coming up with maybe people management problems, I'll talk to someone who's got that exposure experience, and then I talk to them and then pick their brains, and then probably talk to two three different people, and then figure out saying that probably this is going to be the right solution for me.
Yeah. So to answer your first question, I think we need to understand that the education system that we have today It was it's basically an after party of the British colonial system, right? And it was not designed to create thinkers or leaders or foster
Mm,
creativity or create entrepreneurs. It was designed on the foundations of conformity, compliance, and obedience to create templatized, high quality, one dimensional, cheap labor. So there are a lot of components of ourselves and our personality that do not grow in that system, right? So we have gaps in our growth, and it is not by mistake, it's strategically put there, right? We not learning about social emotional learning, we not learning about ourselves, we not learning soft skills, we not learning, I would say, uh, our how to develop as a personality, right? So I think those gaps are there. The first thing that a fresher should do in your 20s, I think you should take this, everyone should take this responsibility in their 20s, identifies those gaps, fill those gaps, and then figure out, like he said, what I really want to do. Like what is it that I am meant for. Not everyone, like he said, leadership comes to some people very naturally, right? uh, he mentioned that education actually comes from a word that is about finding yourself. Not everyone is good at everything. I would
mm,
say figure out, try multiple things, try to do several things. I was very lucky to land in a company that actually, and I was in a program that allowed me to do multiple things. When you do so many things, you figure out what you're really good at, right? And once you have found that, then try to once you have found that, then try to grow in that space by finding the right mentors, like you said. And you don't have to have one mentor. Maybe for a spiritual, you have a spiritual mentor, right? You have a mentor which specifically helps you with a particular topic, right? Find the right mentors in the industry today. With internet, it's not very difficult to find right mentors. So find those right mentors who help you develop the plan and take a responsibility of your career. Because a lot of times when I talk at universities and colleges, students are more in the in the zone ki, okay, I know this, now you tell me what to do,
mm,
right? They are like, you should tell me what to do, so that if I fail, I can put the blame on you ki aapne bola tha. Nahi, right? That's not the attitude that with which you can grow. You have to take a responsibility. And I think the parents point that you mentioned is very important also, because some parents will tell you, I was again lucky in this area, because from the very beginning my parents were like, you have to take, we are giving you the best education, you have to start taking responsibility, and whatever decisions you take today, like what the life you live 10 years from now will be a culmination of decisions that you're taking on the way, right? So learn to take those decisions, learn decision making skills, develop accountability, develop responsibility, find yourself, and develop a plan for yourself. No one is responsible for your growth, you are, right? Don't try to find a person you can blame later on if you don't grow. Take that responsibility on yourself. I think that is very important to grow as a leader.